I'm live. Both of them are on. Okay. Hi, people. How are you? I'm gonna speak low because there are people sleeping. Hi, Vinicius. Good morning. There are people sleeping, so I'm gonna be low voice. And I'm gonna explain why you are passively living. Many people, they are living, but they actually are not actively living. I'm gonna give an example of this. You are every day doing the same things, right? Waking up and eating, and then you go to work, and then you come back home for lunch, or you even have lunch at work, and then later you come back home and you are tired, you want to sleep, and you repeat this throughout the week. And then in the weekend, you do something different, or you stay at home to organize the house, and you do this, and then you take vacations. You take these vacations and you travel. I'm gonna give a normal scenario. People like take vacations and travel to somewhere, go to the beach, or do something fun. In the moment that you come back, you say, "I'm coming back to the real life." Okay, what is happening over there is that you just lived something that in your mind you say that this was not real, this is not part of your life. It is like you turned off your life, your real life, that is like working all the time, getting tired, not having fun, and you turned that off and you lived something like a dream. One time I was talking to a student and she had gone to Mexico, and her company was paying for everything. Her company paid for her hi for her hotel. Her hotel was a five-star hotel, and she had a very beautiful view. She had a jacuzzi in her bathroom, and she said, "Karimi, it is like a dream. I don't want to go back to my real life." And I said, "This is your real life. Are you not living? You think that you do not actually deserve that. And when you experience something, you have some kind of growth, you have some kind of experience that brings you joy. You say to yourself that you do not actually deserve that. And this is why you keep on repeating the same cycles every time in your life, because you keep telling yourself that everything good that brings you joy that happens is not part of your life. So you are not actively making your life when you think that the things that you like are not real. It doesn't make sense. Why not? Adults are like this, not children. Not children. You know, adults are like this because in their childhood they heard that that was not forever. And the children learn with a condition in their brains that everything that is said to them in their childhood, they will replicate in their adulthood. And when you keep on just repeating these thoughts, you never grow. I'm gonna give another example, and this is a deeper one. I went to travel with a friend of mine to a place that is a very beautiful place. And before I travel, I was very, very burned out, tired, and I was not feeling well. And then I traveled, I rested, I felt good. And also, this friend of mine was also completely different, completely different. The the way that we were talking was different. We were chill, we were calm, we were not getting triggered. When we came back, all the good behavior from my friend disappeared. All the relaxing behavior disappeared. And I was thinking, but why? But what happened? It seems like it's not the same person that was there in the trip. It's not the same person that just stepped back and all that bad mood and bad behavior came back. There was nothing, there was no change in the brain. And I got to the conclusion, and this is true, that the environment shapes the person. And when you step back into an environment that you were before you go and feel good, you will be conditioned again to behave in the same way that you were. But why? When does this happen? Good morning, Jose. How are you? Uh, why does this happen? It only happens when the person actually did not change. When the mind of the person did not change, this happens. I was talking to my mother about this situation that people, when they go back to places that they were before, they go back to the same old habits that they go down the level. And I said to her, nobody that actually, in reality, levels up goes down. It is not possible because when something expands, it does not shrink again. And the person, when you see a person that goes back to an old behavior, that person had actually not changed. Hi, Marco. Good morning. The person had not changed. When you step back in that place that you were born, for example, after you left, and then you come back and you have the same feelings, the same thoughts, the same concepts, you had actually not changed. You had not changed. And this is why many people they go back to the same behaviors when they meet the old people that were in their lives, the old friends, because they did not change, because they are passively living in the circumstance. So they moved to another city and they are there in the environment. The environment is making them behave in a certain way because they cannot behave in another way because it doesn't fit in the environment, not because they actually changed their minds, not because they learned something, but because they are just passively living in that moment and in that environment. When they get out of there, nothing that they had actually lived over there is in them. It's not anymore because it was just passive. They had not actively changed their minds, they had not actively learned something new. And this is why people they are shifting their behaviors according to the environment, and they are not actually choosing the environment that they want to be actively because they are not changing their minds actively. And this is why sometimes you meet someone that was in your life before and you do something, or like you are not drinking anymore, you're sober, but you meet a certain person and then the person says, ah, let's go. And then you just go in the wave of the person. And then in the morning, you'll be like, oh my God, what did I do? What have I done? I had not drunk for I don't know how many years, and now I just am drunk. I have a hangover, and because you had not changed completely your mind. And in the presence of that person, everything that was there that you did not change, that you did not heal, came back. It was triggered by one person from your past. So if you do not change your mind, if you do not stop to understand how you are conditioning yourself, all the progress that you have done will be over once you meet something from your past. When you face something in your past that you did not actually finish, that you did not actually transform, It will come back, that behavior, because you are passively living. This is a law. I forgot the name of the law, but it's when a person or an energy, the energy keeps going on and on and on. The same energy goes on and on and on. But when it is transmuted, it is not the same energy anymore. And when it is transmuted, it cannot come back to the old form because the old form is not in that energy anymore. I'm going to look for that and then later I'm going to talk to you about that. But this is how it is. Once you change yourself actively, you have to have the knowledge and you have to understand that you're changing yourself. This has to be intentional. You have to be intentional for that. Otherwise, you're just passively living and then you're just going for the moment. And going for the moment is not living. Understand? People like to go for the moment, people like to live with the moment, but you have to understand that life has to be active. Otherwise, you are surviving. And surviving is different of living. Living, you are active. You are choosing. You choose what you do. You choose your thoughts. You choose every single thing in your life. Because when you are passive, you are surviving, you are just going with the circumstance. You are just acting according to the circumstance. I actually recorded a video. I sent to one person that is in this live about the observer effect. I was explaining that in the observer effect, the person had understood that he was the subject, that someone would look at him in a perspective and it would change him. But no, this is when you are passively living. This is when you are living with the circumstance. The view of the other people are going to change you. The view is going to change you. But when you are actively living, you are the observer. And this is what it has to be. You have to be the observer. Yes, he said here, I remember. Yes, later I'm gonna make available, because this is non-listed video that I shared on YouTube. I will make it available on my stories, but for short time. And it's because you have to be active and you have to be the observer so you can shape your reality. Otherwise, you are being the subject. And when you are the subject, someone else is controlling your life. Anything else is controlling your life, and you don't even know who, because you're living for the moment. You go to places, but you are not actively there. Your mind is not absorbing the knowledge of that place while you are there. People like to just pass, passive, just go for the moment. They like to die inside and just have the sensorial feelings. Just it's the sensors, the skin, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, and they are just living for the body. It's only the body. The body is on, but the rest is off. The body is on, their eyes are open, but you look into their eyes, it is so empty because they're not there. You see, I was walking in the street now, changing the subject, but in the same subject. I was walking in the street. I'm in Berlin, and I had my head up and I was observing the people. The people walk like this. Their eyes are to the floor. Nobody makes eye contact. Everybody's looking at the floor and walking like this. And I realized that I started to walk like this, and I started to feel some kind of pain over here. And I was like, why am I walking like this? Why am I projecting myself to the floor? My life is not bad. I don't have any weights on my shoulder. Why am I projecting myself to the floor? And I started to look up. And when I looked up, I realized that I just started to live like the people, because everybody was avoiding eye contact. And I was like, okay, nobody wants to look in my face. But then I remembered, Karini, you're not everybody. My mother told me that many times. My father told me that many times, and I tell myself many times, you're not everybody. Look up. And when I started to look, I was like, wow, it's beautiful, and really people are looking at your face. Really people are looking into your eyes. And this is just passive. They're just there looking at the floor, thinking about nothing. They're just letting their thoughts go around their heads, and many thoughts about many things that they don't even know. When you ask someone, what are you thinking about? They don't know. Because they lose track. There is so much noise inside of their heads that they don't know what is the last imagination. What was the last thought that you had before this live stream? What was the last thought? What were you thinking about? You have to be able to remember your thoughts. You have to be able to remember everything that you were thinking about. And you have to be aware, because this is active. This is living. Otherwise, you're surviving. You're not here to survive, you're here to live. Live actively, not passively. Understand? I wanted to do this stream because I see people passing through this planet, and they have no idea that they are not actually awake. They don't feel the need of opening their eyes and actively moving and living. They are just being the subject and not the observer. So when I share this live stream, I'm gonna share it on my story, and I'm gonna tag the link. I will put the link of the video that I said over there. It's a short video, you guys can watch it. My mind is so messed nowadays. Okay, if your mind is so messed nowadays and you have discovered that it is a mess, there is one thing that you can do to help you. That's a pill. That's a pill to help you to put into order. First, have a piece of paper. Really, why do I say to write? Because writing will make it come out, and when your thoughts start to come out, you will flow with the thoughts that are actually making that mess. Take a paper and write anything that comes to your mind, and write the things that are coming to your mind. Everything. It can be the good thing, the bad things. Just write, make this mess that is in your head on the paper. You don't need to put it to order. Just write, make drawings, and make moves. Doesn't matter what you do. Just take that paper and start to write something, or make some drawings, and just scratch it and everything that is in your head. And after you do this, write the things that you want to think about, that you actually want. Because when you focus on the things that you don't want, you will only have more of this, because they are the things that you don't actually want. So when you don't want something, don't focus there. Focus on the things that you want, because if you focus on the obstacles, this is what you see. This is what you see. The pilots, oh my God, pilots, when they are driving, they never say, don't look for the obstacle, don't look at the obstacle. They are focused on the way and not on the obstacle, because when you start to look at the obstacle, you start to hit it, because it is automatic, because this is all you see. When you are over there snowboarding and you get into the woods, if you say don't hit the tree, only trees that you will see. But if you say just follow the path, follow the way, it's only the path that you will see. So do the thing first, like empty your mind, empty your head, just draw and scratch, and if you want to just rip the paper. Do the things to empty your mind, at least a little, and then start to write the things that you actually want to have in your head. And do this repeatedly, repeatedly, and do that. Because like this, you will start to find the things that are actually messing your head. And you have to go deep, deep down into them to see why they are there. Why do you let them be there? It is painful, but this is active. People are passively living because they want to avoid discomfort that will bring them comfort later. So they want instant gratification instead of delayed gratification. If I'm Morpheus, are you going to be Neo? Wait a second. If I'm Morpheus, are you going to be Neo? Well, I'm Karini. So if you are Morpheus and there is no separation, let's say that there ain't separation, Morpheus, Neo, and every single one, Aslan from Narnia, and everyone is one. But yeah, who is Morpheus? Oh my god, I love Matrix because Matrix is kind of a documentary, and it's the truth. Because when it says that you were born into a system, the world is ready. But who said to you that the world has to be the way it is? Nobody's telling you how it is supposed to be. People are telling you to follow the rules, to be afraid of this and that. If you don't do that, that's gonna happen. You're gonna be punished if you don't follow the laws and the rules and go with the music. But you were born into a system that actually does not make sense anymore because we are in the information era and everyone is getting to the information and everyone is opening their eyes. And it will come a day, yes, of course, it will come a day that everything will be tried to be uh, suppressed or repressed or oppressed, whatever word it is. But the ones that really got the knowledge, they cannot be repressed because when there is a control over yourself, when you control yourself, nothing else can control yourself. And when you already learned the principles, it is like raw material. The principles are raw materials, and with raw materials, you can do anything you want. You can bake the cake. When you want, you can bake the cake if you have the raw materials to do that. So the people who find the knowledge by themselves, they are finding the raw materials and they have in their heads. So from there, they can make their own cakes and they won't need the ready cakes that the system gives. I see there is another. Can we get a Trinidad Levy while we are fighting against the Matrix? Oh my god, I love these questions. um, yeah, if you Clown World, okay, I'm gonna just say that. If you watched Inception, um, Turner Dunleavy is that the kick, the music that they put before the kick, you know? Oh my god, especially the beginning, like the intro of the music is the intro for the kick. Anyways, I like this these questions. They are very fun. But yeah, so just actively live, everyone. Do not be passive with your thoughts, even with yourself. Be the ones that are controlling your own minds. Just pay attention to what you're thinking about. Pay attention to the words you say. I understand, why do I speak what I speak? Why do I listen to what I listen? What am I actually doing? And observe yourself and don't be the subject in the observer effect because most part of the population is the subject in the observer effect. And just be active, drink water, be careful with what you are speaking next to the water, just like what you are speaking next to your phone, the algorithm just catches it. The water is the same, water is programmable. So be careful with what you're talking next to the beautiful water because it is programmable. Just program it. Oh my god, another one. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know how to bake the cake. Teach me on live. Would you? Yes, I will. Not in this live stream, but I'm gonna give you some raw materials right now. You need to find out the knowledge that are lacking for you, and this raw material will start to give you the power to improvise because you don't need the recipe. When you have the raw material, you will look at it and you will connect. You will connect in your mind how to bake the cake because you will see that there is a flour here, there is the egg. So, how is a cake? I don't know. So, make a pancake. Just put the egg with that. Okay, good. Now I have a pancake. Okay, there is something liquid here. What happens if I put it together? But just have the raw material. And what is the raw material? Yourself. Look for knowledge. Be curious. Always ask questions. Always ask questions. Do not be afraid of the depth. Go down. Go deep down. Ask questions over questions and more questions because you will learn so deep and you will put so deep into your mind that not even if someone is telling you lie, you know. You don't have to believe something when you know something. So always ask questions and be ready to listen and check, double check the answers. Check, ask questions and more questions. Let me see, more questions for me. Um, is it possible to achieve peace in yourself without becoming crazy? Peace within yourself. What peace? Let me say something about peace. So we have a storm, right? We have a storm. We only know that there is not a storm because there was a storm. So you need to go to the war to have that peace. Now you have to accept yourself and accept all the mess that happens to yourself so you can transform it into peace. But first, you need to love yourself and understand who you are. But yes, you're gonna be crazy. But what is crazy? What is crazy? In the moment of pain, let's say that pain is the madness. You hurt yourself, right? You fell down, scratched, it's open, the skin is open, and this is pain. The pain is the madness because sometimes you lose your senses because you feel so much pain, you are trembling and just holding things very tight. This is madness. But you have to find the peace and understand that this is momentary. This is momentary. You have to tell yourself and know that the madness is a part of the healing process. It is gonna hurt. Yes, I need to put here some alcohol, or I need to apply something that salt. I'm gonna put salt for to make it heal faster, and it's gonna hurt. But you just have to know that it's momentary, and you have to accept that this is here. You have to accept it's hard over here, but you just have to take care of it because if you don't take care of it, it will become an infection. So when you become crazy because of your healing process, because you are trying to achieve the peace in yourself, When you become crazy, you just do not repress it because it becomes an infection. And if you don't treat it yourself, it will be rotten and you will lose yourself because you are just hiding. Don't hide. There is nobody judging you but you. But be careful. Respect others. Okay? If you want to find peace without going crazy as a man, just control your thoughts. Control your thoughts. It's simple. Yes, it is simple to say it like this. It is very simple. You just have to really tell yourself it is simple because it gets difficult because of the lack of habit. But when you repeat it again and again and again, you acquire a habit and it becomes simple. It doesn't become difficult anymore. It's not complex. It's not difficult anymore. It becomes simple because you repeat it and it becomes a habit. In the beginning, you need to train yourself. And training yourself is uncomfortable. Training yourself will make you go mad, will make you go crazy. But just remember and keep yourself in peace and in ease. Accept yourself. And when you fail, just do it again. You failed controlling your thought. You realized you failed. Come back and do it again. Control your thoughts and pay attention to what you're thinking. You're gonna be like, oh my god. Okay, accept that. Do not get into the emotion of going crazy. Do not get into the thing of going crazy. Just feel something, analyze the feeling that you had, change it. It is just like that. Like a child, when a child drops something or spills water, you are not going to say never again touch this water because you are going to damage the equipment or anything. No, the child will spill again and again until they learn how to hold it properly. So it's like this. You will be crazy again and again and again until you mature yourself and find your peace. You've become what you think. Nailed it. Right now, I'll become the cake eater in Matrix. Yeah, be the cake eater because then you will not have only the raw materials but also the nutrients of the raw materials. And there was another one. Uh, which cake are we talking about? I'm confused. Okay, which cake are we talking about? I'm gonna leave it up to you to understand what cake we're talking about. What cake are we talking about? Understand metaphors, people. This is one thing that it really gets into the brain of a person, a metaphor, because you create an image to give the meaning to something that you are saying. And this goes deep into the subconscious mind. This is why many people are programmed with TV, with cartoons. Children are really programmed with cartoons because the cartoons are metaphors. This is just metaphors and analogies, and the concepts are over there. And if you do not understand the concept of the metaphor or the thing that you are watching, you're lost. Because if you speak literally, people don't understand. Mostly when you speak literally about something, people get triggered and they don't understand. So the cake, what cake are we talking about? Who knows? I've been listening and reading books about positive thoughts, but I'm weak. How can you be strong if you have never been weak? The good thing is that you realize that you are weak now. Work on that. Work on that. When you go to the gym, for example, and you start to lift weights, damn, you are so weak. So weak. But when you work on that again and again and again, you gain the strength. Just work on it. Yes, you are weak. Everyone is weak when they don't work on themselves. So just keep doing the things that you know are going to make you strong, and learn that this is a process. You are not like in the gym. When you go to the gym and you start to lift weights, it's not overnight that you lifted today 10 kilos and then tomorrow you lift in 100. No, it is not like that. You recognize that you are weak, but when you keep going and repeating the activities that will make you stronger, and doing progressive overload, and then increasing the weight, and then, oh my god, now I'm starting to see results. Oh my god, my thoughts have changed. Oh my god, now I can handle this situation not like before. And then you start to see that you are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You see that it's a process. You are growing. Don't even say I'm weak. You are programming your brain to become weak. Yes, don't even say I'm weak. You are programming your brain to be weak. In the Bible says, do not call the name of God in vain. Oh my God, this is going to blow your mind. The name of God is I am. Now, pay attention. In vain, when you say I am something, you are saying that I am. And you, as the human that you are, you program yourself to be whatever you're saying that you are. Because when you say I am, it is. It is. And you are. So change the narrative, change the way you speak to yourself, change your self talk, change your self programming. Yes, you understand. You understand. I believe that the video about faith that I sent you, I also explained about being, right? That should be. Before Abraham, I am. I am. I am. The great I am. The great I am. As you speak, what was that? As God spoke, everything came to life. And as you speak, human, my dear human, made you are an extension of God. And when you start to understand that God is the creation force of universe, it is everywhere, everything, in everything, anytime and every time. So you understand that being an extension of God, you have power to create with your words, with your thought, with your words, with your actions. So when you say, I am, this happens, whatever you say, as I said, pay attention to what you're saying and understand why you're saying the things you're saying. You create. I explained the three brain concepts, right? So you see the image, you have the feeling, you act. The action can also be you speak. There is a hole in your wall, numbers going crazy. You just hurting the mattress. Stop. Well, I won't stop. I will not stop because my cause is wake the people up. And, you know, I'm protected. I am protect. I am. And by me being, there's nobody that is coming after me. Because when you understand the hierarchy of who you are in this matrix, I'm the observer. I am not the subject. So when you are the observer, you bend the spoons. You make the spoons to turn. When you are the observer, when you are that one that is over here in control, I control myself. I have my self control. I control my thoughts, and my thoughts create my reality. So there ain't nobody controlling my thoughts. And because of this, I'm teaching the people to become the observer. and see the truth. And there is nobody that is going to get into my head and change my concepts but me. You know, I learned. And once you learn something, nobody can take this from you. This is why learning and asking questions and being curious is so important because nobody can remove your power. Nobody. They can lock your body, but they cannot lock your spirit. Who said that? Someone said that. I just don't remember who said that. But yeah. So thank you guys. Uh the clown world, can you give a name to how I could call you? Because there is here, I believe, Jose, yes, Buddy. What was that? Buddy. I can't read that. Anyways, so have a good day. Ask questions. It's a lyrics from a music. I don't know this song, but anyways, so guys, have a good day. I am finishing this stream right now, and the again, I'm gonna say the link. I'm gonna share the link. You are welcome, Jose. I thank you because you bring to me the questions, and God brings me the answers. So see you guys, and pay attention. Be active, actively thinking, acting, speaking. Take the red. Take the red. Yes, yes. Clown World, thank you for your past participation. Very welcome here. So, see you guys. Bye bye.